All right, cool.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Let me make sure I get these comments going. Let's see.
We up and running.
Period. I'm trying to get all the comments together, so give me 1 second.
Checking in. First podcast today. Checking in. There's gonna be some.
Hey, who you got? Oh, I see Tish, Jada. Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Baby J or Jonathan. Let me not call him that.
So, Kiana.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. So we just want to thank everybody for joining us today. We're so thankful and grateful because we've been having support from everyone for like what?
Forever.
Yeah, and so we're just super appreciative. Do we sound good? I sound good, Gabby?
You sound good to me.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I'm not.
Check the people in this.
Not the house phone going off.
Check if the people in the stream sounds good too on Facebook and all that. Make sure there's no feedback either.
Okay, yeah. Y'all can put a thumbs up in the chat on Facebook.
Good,
let me know it sounds good.
Before we get started. You know, this is our first ever podcast. You know, we gotta make sure everything smoothing out. Give us a little time. It's all right. You know, we're gonna do this thing.
Hey, y'all. All right. So just real quick, thank you so much for joining us. We're, like I said, we're so excited to be starting our first episode. It's a new thing for us. So Happy New Year.
Yes.
So just if y'all don't know me, which I feel like a lot of people in the chat and everything is our family. So shout out to y'all. But I'm Deja. I'm 24. I recently graduated, not even recent now, because it's 2022, but I graduated UNC Chapel Hill in 2019 in December. I currently work in the federal government. I can't say where because they're fake confidential. So I ain't even going to expose them like that. But that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, I am DeAndre Parker, the one and only. I am Big Brother, 18 years old.
18?
Oh, I'm tripping. 19 years old. Oldham University, just turned 19. Tripping. But, sophomore at Oldham University. My major is enterprise cybersecurity. Always loved STEM since throughout high school. Mm-hmm. So, I'm sticking with that. That's just something I have been going through.
Hey, Stephanie. I see Stephanie in there. Okay, so yeah, just a little bit about our business, Reach Inside, Cultivate Everyone. If y'all don't know, it's a company that we started as a family just to uplift our community, send out positive messages, encourage people to kind of like use the gifts that you have to support those around you and help everyone else grow. So we're trying to do that through this podcast and even other avenues like giving back to the unhoused community or sending our mental health tips, whatever it was. We just want to help. Like, we know we're not perfect, but we just want to use our voice any way we can. So that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, crazy thing about this all Deja is it's been almost 3 years.
I know. Oh my God. Yeah, it'll be what, 4 since it's 2022. It'll be 4 in August.
Yeah, because New Orleans trip started it all. It's just It's been so long. But this podcast we had never thought would happen. I mean, we talked about it many times, but it's just crazy how it just came about so quickly. How we were just on their podcast back in October, and we
Who's there? People may not know.
Right, 30-minute hour podcast. Who actually who gave us this opportunity to do all of this, which we are of course grateful for. And we were on their podcast, talking about our business, the things that we aspire to do for our community, just like how Deja was speaking on about rice. And after this had happened, they had just talked to us about how they genuinely thought we were honest and admirable about our character, and that we could do something collaborative to make this happen with our own podcast, under them. And we hope that this podcast here can lead us in the future for different topics, different things that we can inspire with guests on the show, friends, family, people that we know, people that we may not know, and topics about anything you can think of, because the people that have podcasts may be older than what you usually see, that you may not be able to relate to through, any cultural background. So us being so young, still growing up in this time, this age, it's so much that we can talk about that we can relate directly back to everyone that's watching. Yeah. Because we have so many new insightful ideas and things that is going on in our life that didn't go on in theirs. So super important that, this podcast is happening right now because it can really be something special. How we make it, how you guys make it, the people that watch, and we're just hoping to build a community that can really skyrocket this all. So
yeah, we love the support. So, and if y'all think y'all want to be a guest or something, let us know.
For sure.
What y'all would like to talk about. Like, we want to start with the people who've been there for us since day one. So if you feel like you have a story, just let us know. We'll definitely want to have y'all join us. When we was even thinking about this first episode, of course, so many topics came to mind, like, because it was just crazy. But even with this podcast coming about, I had a lot of self-doubt. And so, which is crazy because I never really doubted myself as much when I was younger. But since COVID, I have been having like a lot of doubt about my capabilities and even if I'm good enough to do certain things. And so this podcast.
The crazy thing about like what you're saying is I didn't even know all this about you until like last year. And the thing is that I learned about this, like going through this podcast and doing through Rice with you, is that the people that you're closest with and the people that you think you know the well is that you really don't know they're going through. Because as I was thinking like a lot, we're our own individuals and we have our own lives and feelings, but you really don't think about the person next to you having that. Like, it's sometimes you just forget that this person that has the same thing, can be the same and going through the same stuff as you.
Right.
But I just wanted to say that.
No, you're right. You're right. Because I feel like a lot of people think that about me, and which was true. Like, it wasn't fake. But just since the pandemic, I've really been questioning a lot of things about myself. And I feel like the podcast is me proving something to me in a way, like knowing that I can do it, knowing that I'm capable of having something important to say.
Right.
So it was crazy. I came across when I was trying to apply to different colleges. You know how you got to write all those essays of why you should get right, which I'm like, can y'all just admit me? Don't y'all need money? But anyway, so I did a letter to St. John's, and shout out to St. John's because they did accept me, but they weren't trying to get no money, so
not going.
Yeah, so no shout out to St. John's, but I did come across like one of the essays that I wrote. And mind you, don't come for 2014 Deja. Her grammar wasn't. It still ain't good now, but the grammar was extra off back then.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna read a little bit of it because I feel like it resonated so much with this episode. So it says, "This is me." Put y'all younger Deja ears on.
Okay.
When people say you will never be able to do that as a career or plan to have something else to fall back on, those statements motivate me to prove those people wrong. I have gone through most of my life having to prove myself to certain family members. It's unfortunate that I'm not able to get that support from my own flesh and blood. Let's see. It's a goal of mine to continue to prove them wrong, to strive to be the best person that I can be in this world. My dream is to be the first female owner or general manager of a sports team. Believe me, I will make my dreams a reality. But when I tell you that this is what I want to become, they think I have lost my mind. The truth is, when I accomplish this goal through hard work and perseverance, they will be the ones who have lost their minds. As they say, my haters are my motivators. Now, they probably read this and was like, girl, stop.
You are like, my haters is my motivator.
Right. It was like,
dropping lyrics.
Stop. Right. Yeah. But it's so, it made me almost admire my younger self, like how confident and how much I believed in myself. And so reading that made me just remember, like, everything you have is all you need mentally. Like, really? Don't allow yourself to psych yourself out or feel like you're not worthy of whatever you want.
Right. You're your own person. It's like you control your mind, to a certain degree, depending on what's going on, but you control your mind. You are you. It's like you control basically your destiny.
Yeah.
Outside voices can affect that, but at the end of the day, you are you.
And one thing I always try to keep in mind, even though I said my haters are my motivators, I feel like that changed now. Is more of, I want to prove the people who support me right, not try to prove the people who don't support me wrong. Like,
so it's like the half glass full thing.
Like you don't worry about people who don't, because half the time they probably want to like support you, but they're not mentally. They just don't want to. So why try to fight so hard your whole life trying to prove people who already don't even want
prove yourself right.
Yeah, so just prove the people who've been there for you, prove them right, that they knew what they were talking about when they said Deja gonna do her thing.
Right. So people been saying that,
I know, facts.
People say that, Yeah.
Now I was gonna say, I feel like you could relate to that a little bit too.
Yeah,
like just self-doubt.
Yeah, self-doubt, of course. it's been heavy on me. Majority, like you said, when you was younger, you really didn't care. It was like you do what you want whenever you want. But when you grow up, you kind of understand the levels to doubting, and it comes in different ways in your life. And mine was particularly in sports. Of course, I know a lot of people know I play basketball throughout middle school and high school, but it really started like middle school. It was, you don't really notice the team that you're on. It's like no shade to the school I went to or whatever, but it just like it wasn't capable of bringing me to where I wanted to be. And I didn't realize that until I got in ninth grade. And I'm realizing, like, I'm looking at all these other schools, I'm like, these other kids, and you get caught up in that. You get caught in other people, like what other people are doing or how well they're doing at their age at this time, when your time really can come at any time, really.
Right.
But anyways, you look at that ninth grade, and I'm like, why am I here right now? I feel like I should be at somewhere else doing something completely different at a school that I think can excel me to that point.
Yeah.
So it's whatever. I'm 9th, 10th, and then in 11th grade, I'm just kind of basically playing for fun at this point. It's like I'm not really playing for nothing. Like I'm playing for fun with my friends. That's really what it is. And I like just get a reality check in my head. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I really want to do something with this. Why am I playing here? Because I knew it wasn't going to get me nowhere. I knew that's just 9th grade, but I was just going with the flow, really. And I really didn't play a lot of development leagues, honestly. Real quick, shout out in the chat. Somebody said congratulations on the podcast. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
Thank you.
That means a lot. But
someone said the pandemic has been a toll on our mental health. Congratulations on. Oh yeah, that's what you talking about. Yeah. Thank you so much. I feel like that's a whole other topic, but you're so right. The mental health piece for me and for DeAndre has been a lot.
Yeah,
but I don't want to cut you off, DeAndre.
Yeah, and I didn't go through a lot of development leagues or whatever. That's like AAU and stuff. Should have done that. Should have, could have, would have, whatever. I don't really care no more. That's back then I cared a lot. I really did.
Yeah.
Anyways, and not many people knew that I cared that much, but I really did. Anyways, it get like 11th grade, and I just think like, I'm about to do something crazy. So transfer to a whole new school, right? And then like light bulb go off in my head. I'm like, this is it. Boom. So I was doubting all that time, and then I finally get this light bulb, right? In my mind. And you were gone a lot of that time too. So it was like really was solo doing it, because you don't really talk to your parents about all that.
Yeah.
Right? So
I was in school.
Right. And I played at the school, whatever, and I'm finally feeling it. No doubt, thinking I can really do this thing, maybe go to college for basketball on some level, whatever. I get hurt. Everything go back to normal.
Yeah.
I missed like 4 games. I'm just like sunken.
So pause there. Yeah. Like, how, if you really got to sit in that moment, like, how did that make you feel? How what were you thinking about?
Yeah.
What was that? Like, take us back.
Right. That moment, it was like lost hopelessness. Like, I got this hope, but I know it's not going to happen. Like, you know how you fighting for something, but you never going to win? It's like I get hurt prime time. I'm playing like the best I can play. I get hurt. It's like this lost hope. It's like you can bring it back, but it's at that moment it was really over. That was my time to really excel that point in my life. But it was that point that I wanted to do. It was over at that time, and I was in that moment. I really wasn't thinking like that. I was really thinking of how can I flip this to a positive instead of when I'm hurt, just sitting and thinking that nothing can happen from this.
Yeah, but you got to acknowledge that it's good to kind of let things process.
Right.
You know, you don't want to fake like you're not feeling something. So I'm glad you took that time initially to feel it. But then, like you were saying, go ahead. You were saying.
Yeah. So I was really distraught, really. And I was really upset because I knew what it could have been. Because, you know, when you think things could have been something, that's when it feels the worst. When something could have been this or could have been that.
Yeah.
It doesn't come out to how you want it.
Yeah.
So that point in basketball with me, that self-doubt that I had for myself and others around me growing up about the school that I went to, about the things that I didn't do or things that I couldn't have done, it weighed a toll on me, because then when I got to the time to to get there, I was always nervous.
Yeah.
Or I was always anxious before it happened, or I never thought I was up to the level of competition. And that self-doubt for myself, it didn't prevail me until I got really to that senior year or college, to the point where I really saw myself like, I'm good enough to do these things this and that with basketball, and I was able to put my confidence in the forefront.
Yeah.
But that self-doubt back then still trails with me, because when I see people and you think you could be doing that, or you see people in there in a place where you thought you could have been, it's that place in the back of your mind or in your stomach that hurts, like, I could have really did that if I took the correct steps.
Yeah, but even when you think about that, like, what does correct even mean? Like, that
Right.
might just be
That's
like,
true. That's true.
yeah. So sometimes you have to just like unwrap
Yeah.
the
I know what
thoughts
you
that
mean.
you
I know
even
what you
have.
mean, though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
right. It's like, it's not correct or wrong, but it's more so like what your mind is telling you is right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you should have did that, or you should have did this.
Especially when people around
Yeah.
you say that. Like, they tell me all the time, when you going to grad school? When you going to grad school? I'm like,
Right.
do you see grad school money in my pocket?
Right. You know, it's just, it's like, it's just, at this point, I feel like I really matured to the point where I understand myself and understand my capabilities, and like the outside noise really doesn't affect me. So when I hear those things where, oh, you should have been done this, or you should have did this, I'm telling myself at this point, it's just like you move forward.
Yeah.
That self-doubt flipped me into motivation. It took me a long time, which I don't regret anything, but I do, you know, it's just, it took me a long time, which I wish it would have took earlier. But it flipped to motivation to the point where I chose not to give up until it's really over.
Yeah.
I felt in points back then that I had given up in my mind. I don't know if you ever felt like that. You may have during the right, like you felt like you gave me your mind, but you're not telling nobody. You're keeping it on the face.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Especially because I'm a talker. Like,
exactly.
I'm the person saying I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that, I'm about to do this. So when stuff don't work out, I'm like, forget I said it, type of thing.
You're stuck.
It's like, for me, my worst fear is letting other people down. It's not even about letting myself down. Like, if I'll be okay, but it's the people that I know around me who rooting for me. That's that. But you also got to remember, if those people are really rooting for you, they're going to support whatever lane you take, whatever avenue your life brings you, if it's positive, of course.
And I know a lot of people I know, and the people that I went to school with, felt that too. Like, the capabilities were limited because of the position that you were put in, the environment that you were put in, and that creates self-doubt in its own.
Yeah,
because you feel like you were already set up to fail.
Exactly. And that's what I say. It's much harder too for a lot of people. Like, it's not easy, especially if you have people feeding you negativity. It's just like when you eat bad food, you're not gonna get good results.
Exactly.
Same thing with like the stuff you hear. That's why it's important to make sure you surround yourself around people who are going to feed into your dreams and your goals, because you can't do it alone. Even though people think you can, but you're just like, you can't. It's nice to hear that somebody says you can do it, or text you that one day and say, I'm thinking about you, or something like that. So y'all listening, text me. Text me and say, I'm thinking about you.
She gets no text. Text her now. No text.
Shout out to my group chat, because they hold me down. I get messages from them.
That's another thing though that help with self-doubt. Good friends.
Yeah.
Having to surround you with people that will motivate you. Why surround yourself with people that don't want you to succeed? So
exactly.
I feel like all my life I had that group around me. Shout out to all my friends. They know who they is.
I see Rashad. Hey, Rashad.
Yeah, what's up, Rashad? He know who he is. All of them. They always been in my corner. We always be in each other's corners. Why would we bring each other down? It's like it just advocates that self-doubt that we're trying to say.
Yeah, I agree. Because even with my friends, like, it don't matter where we are in our lives, we want to support each other. We're not going to be like, oh, she's not doing this yet, or oh, he hasn't done this. It's like, you want to just support people where they are in their journey, instead of being so focused on trying to judge people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. It's fun to joan on people, but don't judge. You know what I'm saying?
Judging somebody because of where they at in their life, or what they're not doing and what you are doing, or vice versa.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, I just want to put this out there. I feel like people don't really know you a whole lot. So I like that we're using this time to let you talk. They just the talker. Like, she go on and on and on and on. So
people don't really, like, they know me, but like, they don't know DeAndre. I'm on a service. I'm more quiet. Like, like, if you really knew both of us, you would know who talks all the time. Like, if you know me, I'm gonna talk, but Deja just be going and going and going and going. I'm more on the quiet side, so
you more like
right,
like just chuckling. So because of that, I feel like we should do a couple of rapid fire questions. Now, mind you, DeAndre doesn't know about these questions.
You serious?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it.
You set me up in front of everybody.
Yeah.
All right, come on.
All right, so first one.
Wait. Rapid fire is like how many words I get? As much as I
Okay, you're
want.
right. Let me explain the rule. It's not
Okay.
really rules, but you only get like a sentence to say or a little phrase.
Just like fresh out the dome. Fresh out the dome.
Yeah, fresh out the dome. Don't give a long answer like Deja. Give an answer like DeAndre.
Okay,
Feel me?
I got you.
Okay, first one. Let me see what I got. All right. Who would you want to play yourself in like a movie? What actor? Not yourself, obviously, because you would suck.
Right off the dome, it came Bow Wow, but I don't think that's the right answer.
Nah!
I don't think that's the right answer. Like you told me not to think for real, but if I
You
really,
did not just say Bow. First of all, you're 6 what, and he's like 5'2".
it doesn't matter. It's just I feel like he can do me. He can do this. He basketball movie. He like jokey. He did the lottery ticket.
Nah.
Like I could see that. I could see a Bow Wow.
Oh my gosh! Put in the chat who y'all think who could play DeAndre. If y'all know him well, like Kiana, who you think? I see Kiana here. Somebody else. Who y'all think could play?
I don't even know for real. I mean, I think I'm a complex dude, but I don't think it's like.
The first thing is who even wants to play you? Like that's gonna be a hard thing.
Everybody should want to.
Nah.
Tell them nah.
All right, this is another one.
All right.
What if you could say some lyrics or a song that describes how you want your 2022 to go, which one you choosing?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account. Oh God, what are you talking about? That's the song I want to describe my 2022. M's in my bank account. But on a serious note, like not even money wise, just like going up. Really, that's what it's about. Yeah, going up. So that's what I would like.
I like going that one.
2022. You know, we just going up. What's the song,
just in case people don't know what that is?
Oh yeah, that's bank account. 21 Savage, clean version only. And Kiana said Anthony Anderson.
Kiana, you did not say Anthony Anderson will play DeAndre in a movie. I can see it. I'm just playing.
Next question.
Nah. Okay. For those who do not know, I'm gonna get Kiana for that. For those who do not know, DeAndre is a huge gambler and he bets a lot on his games. Okay. Like he will bet his underwear if that meant that he could win a game. Okay.
That is true.
Okay.
Okay.
So tell the truth. You are on the line. You cannot plead the fifth.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say something. Go ahead.
Nah, chill.
I was talking about the diaper incident, but go ahead.
Yikes, you're telling on yourself.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna end the podcast with that story.
Okay. Maybe.
Okay. This is the question I was going. How much money have you ever lost on a bet? How much? The highest amount.
In total or one bet? Or like consecutive bets?
I guess in a night or like at a time. I don't know.
$400. But I got it back.
Yikes. That's life. That's a good life lesson.
It was on Madden. But I got it back. I think
the most I've ever bet is like $20.
But it was consecutive. It wasn't one bet of 400. It was like double.
But nothing. You'll bet when you don't even have the money. Like
that's true, because you got that's what we say, you gotta manifest your money.
Oh my gosh.
When you talk it in existence, you bet that, then it's gonna come.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. That's crazy. Right. See, Auntie Dana said what? Yeah. I didn't even, for someone who doesn't work most of the time, to have $400, I don't know how he did that. But okay.
It was consecutive. Like it was,
We're not going to argue this.
Okay, all right.
Talk about betting.
Okay.
Say your story briefly so that the people know what kind of person you are.
About the what's your car story?
Yeah.
Let's call it let's just not name what happened. Do I gotta say what was,
How about I explain it?
Okay,
you explain. You want me to explain it or you?
We'll do a two story explain. Go ahead.
All right, so I'll start with I don't know how old you were. Probably middle school, right? Or high school?
I was 9. I was in a yes program for Smithsonian.
Okay, so high school. So I told you, I said, I bet that you wouldn't. I don't even know how much we bet. How much you bet?
It was only like 50 or 20.
Yeah, it was only $50. This is how much he felt. That was his worth. See that self-doubt? That's how much he thought he was worth. Okay, think about it.
Yeah, $50.
I said, I bet you $50 that you wouldn't wear a diaper for a whole week. To school, to bed.
No, wait. Not school. It was the yes program. I was not in school. I was not.
Okay,
I was not in school.
Okay, it's internship. His internship. Yeah. To bed during the day, like randomly, I would check them, everything.
Right.
So we even went to the store in Target one day, and I was like, DeAndre said, what side you think you are? He said, wait, you mean what side you think our grandma is? I was like, nah, bro.
Trying to set me up in the middle of the store. We at the register. She told some, oh, those yours? Like, come on, bro. Like, that's our baby brothers, bro. What are you talking about?
Hey, Bird, I see Bird. Yeah, so literally, and he did it though. But is that worth it to y'all? I don't think that's worth it.
No, it's not worth it. And let me tell you my side. I got the joint on, and I'm at it was an internship I was in. I'm talking about, I'm itching in the room. I'm wearing the drink with the whole museum is around. I'm what am I doing? I'm in ninth grade for $50, bro.
$50 with your butt itchy.
For $50, bro. That was terrible.
Oh my gosh. Well, I thought that was a good little story just to get it. I know this is our first episode, so that gets to show your personality, that you're always down.
Always.
You have the utmost respect for yourself. So just a couple like little self-motivation tips.
I'm always down.
I feel like my one little self-motivation tip I feel like would be, let me think. I think probably to like write down those goals and like check in on them every now and then. I like that used to help me, because the downfall would be like I would forget about the stuff that I used to dream for. So for example, I probably should have had this paper that I read earlier like taped up in my room to keep reminding myself like what I'm out here really trying to do. So just write some goals down and try to just go back to it every now and then to just remind yourself of why you wanted to do what you want to do in the first place. So what would you say?
Self-motivation, and I think it kind of goes back to when we talked about you're your own person. I think I learned this over the summer is even though the outside noise affects you or anyone greatly, because that's just normal, and when you're growing up, people that are older than you have their opinions strike you harder, friends and things like that you think are higher than you, whatever.
Yeah.
But I learned to understand that I make my own decisions. And what I do is for myself, right or wrong, I'm happy if I decided to do it. And I think that with the self-motivation thing, when the self-doubt flipped to self-motivation, I finally understood that I'm motivated to do this, so I'm going to just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's something that even with the podcast, Deja, who was like, however it makes us feel now when we first got the idea, or it makes us feel a year down the road, I'm happy that we did it.
Yeah, facts.
So I think like anything that was down in our minds, we did it. So we can say, which it is going to go right. We never manifest bad things, but if it were to go this way or this way, we know that we did it, and nobody can say that we didn't try.
Exactly. So, you better tell them. I feel like that's the one take Dre right there. Exactly. That last little thing, one take Dre. Like, you know how Red Run used to sit in his tub. You might not know. You're too young, probably.
Yeah, I'm too young.
He'd sit in his tub and he would type his last little.
Oh, I remember that.
You remember that? He'd be in the tub.
I remember that. I feel
like that was that right there. So thank you so much.
That's my one little motivation tip.
Yeah.
Do what you want because you decided to do it. That's it right there.
Exactly. Because they call it weird now, but they'll be trying to do it in a couple years.
They're going to hate regardless, so why not do what you want?
Exactly. So thank y'all so much for joining in our first episode. History was made.
For real.
So, if y'all don't know, follow us on Instagram at Cultivate Everyone. That's our main business page, and our website is the same thing, Cultivate Everyone. So it's CULTIVATE, then another E for everyone.com. Do you want to plug yourself?
Yeah, not I want to plug myself, but I want to plug us.
Okay.
And I want to plug people in my Instagram Live and our Instagram Live for coming in, everybody that joined.
Yes.
It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, we're still trying to flesh out the details, but I mean, like to see what works best.
Yeah, so, you don't understand how much it means to us, truly, to, people to be on our side. We started this a long time ago, not really that long, but you know what I mean. And I'm just happy to see people, that's still with us. It means a lot. Seriously.
I love y'all.
Family, friends, people that may not know us that much. Hopefully you get to know us. We're doing our best at all times. So thank you for the support. Cultivating Conversations with DP Square will be something special. I'm telling you. So
and they can't get rid of us because we'll be here every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
6:30
p.m. Locked all the time. For real. We're gonna make this something serious. We're gonna be at the top with y'all though. We gonna be at the top. All of us.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's
Good.
my
That
only
wraps
plug.
it up. You said what, DeAndre?
That's my only plug.
Okay.
That's my only plug.
So that wraps it up. Thank y'all so much again, and we will see y'all next week.
Peace for both. You got to end this one.